I didn't know they were shooting at us, and then they just started shooting, and then I put my head down and I got shot.
Playland Park was where history was made and baseball was played, and the South Bend Blue Sox were part of it all. ABC 57 Road Trip is back, and right now we're at the Air Zoo in Kalamazoo. So without further ado, let's take off.
Okay, come on in.
A scary scene unfolding here at the Concord Mall after gunfire erupted inside the shopping center in the middle of the day. We're here in Fishers, Indiana at the Adrenaline Family Adventure Park. Let's jump right in. I'm at one of the best decorated houses on the block. In fact, as you can see behind me, they've got the cobwebs, they're mixing up a spell back here, they got the scary person on deck, and they've got even the big monster up top. The Irish will have a tough battle tonight as they take on the number 4 ranked Sooners for a chance to dance in the Sweet 16. Intensity filled the courtroom today as those witnesses took the stand, including that 9-year-old you guys spoke of. She was squeezing a stuffed animal for comfort before she took the stand. We begin tonight with breaking news out of Plymouth on a large fire at a junkyard. Hello and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Nadja Woods. This video was captured by an ABC 57 viewer. An ABC 57 Community Watch tonight, Black Lives Matter of South Bend planning to gather tomorrow, pushing for a bill for reparations for the black community. You know what I'm thinking, rain, rain, go away, come again another day. So Emmett, how long is it gonna stay? Although the call for restorative justice is not unique to South Bend, the city's story behind it is. And trending tonight, I hope all you Barbie lovers are wearing your pink. I know I'm a Barbie girl and I've got on my pink tonight because the movie is finally on the big screen. Hi Barbie. The Eagles aren't quite soaring tonight, but I heard our temperatures might be.
Yeah, Nadja, unfortunately, Eagles, maybe next year. But temperatures, on the other hand, that's happening tomorrow.
The judge's decision, while not a surprise, is a relief for the family and for the state.
After just a 2-day bench trial, 16-year-old Anthony Hutchins found guilty of murder and child molesting in Superior Court. Hutchins was just 14 at the time of the crime, charged for killing Grace Ross in New Carlisle back in March of 2021.
To the question of what happened has really been fleshed out, and the judge has ruled that beyond a reasonable doubt, the defendant is guilty of murder and child molesting, as counts 1 and 3 were charged.
In the emotional 2-day trial, 9 witnesses were called by the state, including Timothy Wiley, a St. Joseph County Metro homicide detective at the time, who interviewed Hutchins for hours the night Grace was found partially naked in the woods of New Carlisle.
I saw Grace as my own child, and I also saw Anthony as being my own child. Professionally, every case matters. Every victim matters. But personally, I wanted to see that we found the right answer, not just get a answer, we got the right answer. And that's what I feel happened.
The defense, however, calling no witnesses with hardly any cross-examination, but on Thursday asking the judge to have a psychologist to assist in the sentencing process, something they believe is crucial in this case. And while Grace's family and the state are satisfied with Thursday's verdict, prosecutor Christopher Frank says this is only half the battle.
They're relieved that this page has been turned, and they're relieved at the result at this point. But, you know, sentencing is also a very big part of this, and that's yet to come. The judge in this case could elect to sentence Anthony as a juvenile, or he could just proceed and sentence Anthony as an adult, like he's been waived to adult court, so he could be sentenced as the adult that he's been determined to be. But the options are much broader.
Now, Hutchins' sentencing is set for March 31st, and the state is pushing for him to be sentenced as an adult. However, the judge still has the option to sentence him as a juvenile, but the juvenile system only ages up to 21. And stay with ABC 57 News as we continue to follow that decision on March 31st. But for now, reporting live in South Bend, Nadja Woods, ABC 57 News. When I sat down and talked to Tyler Brown, I was so moved and nearly in tears. His inspiring story is about perseverance and hope. The 17-year-old telling me even after being shot in the head, he still had no question that he would bounce back.
The doctors and the nurses was like I wouldn't be alive. People was telling my friends I won't play basketball again.
When the odds were stacked against 17-year-old Tyler Brown, he says doubt was never an option for him.
So I proved a lot of people wrong, and I'm going to keep proving people wrong.
The South Bend St. Joe High School basketball player surviving the unthinkable, struck in the head by a bullet. It happened back in October 2021 while on the way to his dad's house in South Bend, the then sophomore just leaving basketball practice.
I was at a stop sign and then they start shooting. I didn't know they were shooting at us, and then they just started shooting, and then I put my head down and I got shot. I think the police threw me on a stretcher, and that's all I remember.
The devastating act of gun violence left the teenager fighting for his life in the hospital.
I had a trachea in my throat, and I took it out the first time, and then they put another trachea in, a smaller trach.
His loved ones unsure if he was even going to survive.
Me and Tyler are first cousins. We grew up together, been together our whole life. It hurt. A lot of sleepless nights thinking about Tyler and what his future will hold.
I was able to get into the hospital because of my position and was able to get back to him. And we were able to at least see him. And it looked pretty bad.
After hours of surgery and months in the hospital, Tyler finally got to go home.
All right, you ready?
Still continuing down the road to recovery, Tyler had to relearn basic tasks all over again.
Don't let it flop, remember, control.
I had to relearn how to say mom again. That was just like tough. I had to relearn how to walk. So my godmom and a nurse had to lift me up, lift my legs up to walk with me. And then I had to, what is it called? A roller? Not a roller, a walker. And I had to walk on there for like 2 weeks. And then I started with a cane.
Always with the goal of one day hitting the court again. This journey anything but easy.
The nurses kept telling me, you're not walking right. And I was frustrated, and it got me frustrated. And through this process, I get frustrated easy.
But Tyler says it was his family and his faith that helped push him to recover.
Did you think that you would be here on this court ever again?
Yeah.
You sound confident. Why'd you know?
Because God is just, I believe in God. If he could do it, I could do it, you know?
Nearly a year after being shot, Tyler was finally able to put his game day jersey back on.
I felt nervous. I was kind of scared, but the first game I was scared, but then the second game, I was like, I'm gonna go score. I'm gonna attack to the rim. I got a foul, and I shot 2 free throws, and I made them.
What a special moment. And thinking of the guys, how excited they were for him, and seeing his little smile as he hit that shot, that's a moment I won't ever forget as a coach.
An unforgettable moment, not only for Tyler and his team, but also his family.
It's always just been his dream to play at a high level, and for him to be able to play the game that he loves, it's honestly touching.
I am so proud of his tenacity and his faith in God, his faith in fighting to get back to a position.
Tyler's journey especially hitting home for his uncle Kenneth Lee, a community advocate against gun violence and a pastor at the church that sits just feet away from Elwood and Johnson Streets, where his nephew was shot.
We do a lot of things to help lift our community up. So for it to happen right in front of my church, I took it as a slap to the face or a personal attack against the work that we're doing. Our young people don't understand that once you pull the trigger, you can't get that bullet back. And so while it looks sexy and good on television, in reality, it really affects more than just the person shot.
The teen now joining his uncle to share his own experience and a message about gun violence.
Just stop doing it. It's just, you're not gonna get nowhere. But in jail or in the grave, it's just like, it's no good outcome.
We're here in Fishers, Indiana at the Adrenaline Family Adventure Park. Let's jump right in.
The indoor park opened its doors 3.5 years ago and features 50,000 square feet of playground paradise.
From trampolines to rock climbing where you don't even need to worry about falling, to obstacle courses, let's try it out. To basketball courts that allow you to slam dunk. Woo!
And that's not all. The Jungle Gym also has a ropes course, dodgeball, a ninja-style warrior wall, zip lining, an arcade, and even a space for toddlers. A perfect place for kids of all ages.
The toddlers is probably our largest crowd because we do probably 30 plus birthdays a week.
But the park's mission is much bigger than a space for unlimited exercise.
We give 100% of our sales on every third Friday. We started with the mustard seed, and as a place for people that have hardships and they need their house furnished.
So whether you're jumping around for a cause or just for fun, the Adrenaline Family Adventure Park allows kids like 4th grader Emma Friedley to let out their energy and have success exploring new heights.
Just because they get to have fun and essentially just be themselves.
While some adults, like me, prove to have a bit of a tougher time, despite how athletic I thought I was.
Oh, no. Ah! Ooh, ow. Yeah, oh, that hurt.
And whether you fail or excel, the challenge is definitely worth a try.
You might want to come here.
Well, clearly I had to finish off with a massage from the Adrenaline Family Adventure Park. I'm Naja Woods. I'm tired. ABC 57 News.